deconverted man here. I'm pissed off. Oh, these Christians. Oh, making me so mad. Oh, I hate God. Oh, I'm so mad at him. Blaster Masters just sent me this video that really pisses me off. I don't know, but I don't like it. I don't know, and I don't like it a bit. I don't know, and it's pissing me off. Let's check it out.
Podcast. I'm your host Wes, and I wanted to run on here and make a quick episode real quick. I've been doing a lot of thinking recently. I got excited to make this episode.
You've been doing thinking. Yeah, you have. No, you haven't. You're a theist. You don't do any thinking. I'm a theist. An invisible man in the sky. You don't do any thinking at all. Yeah.
So, I know I said I was gonna start doing Mormonism videos. I've been doing a lot of research on Mormonism, but I wanted to make a quick little comment for apologists. I being an apologist myself.
Yeah.
I've been looking back into skeptics' arguments against Christianity, and none of them.
Skeptic arguments against Christianity. Wait a minute. I'm a skeptic. Oh, you're talking about me. Oh man. Oh man. You're talking about me. You better be careful. It's pissing me off. I don't know, but I don't like this.
Them are good at all. They're terrible. And
your arguments are no good at all. Your arguments are terrible. I have to make fun of my arguments. My arguments are good. Why? So mean.
99% of them are just emotional, are ad hominem and ad hoc.
Your face is ad hominem and ad hoc. Your face. You, not me. You. Get it together, get it together, get it together, get it together, get it together. All right. I gotta get in the zone. I can't let him get to me. Oh, that theist, that evil, nasty theist. Oh, I'm so mad at him and God. Oh, I'm so angry at God for not existing. Oh.
And the rest of them are just I don't know. Can we?
I don't know. What about I don't know? I don't know. What arguments are you talking about? I don't know. But I don't like it.
Can we just straight up say bluntly against skeptic apologetics?
They're skeptic apologetics?
Your arguments are bad.
No, you didn't. Oh, no. Oh, you did not. You did not do that. You did not go there. Oh, man. Them's fighting words, man. You want to get in the ring and box? Okay, my arm's been hurting me, so we can't box. I can't do arm wrestling. What can I do? Kicking. Yeah, kickboxing. I'm probably not even good at that. Yeah, but we'll do something. Yeah, them's fighting words. You'll see. You'll be sorry. You'll be sorry when you die and nothing happens and you're wrong. Yeah.
Because just saying I don't know and just saying, well, I don't like this is not an argument.
I don't know. I don't like this. You know? I don't know. I don't know why. But I just don't like this video. I don't know what it is about it. the smugness, the arrogance, the stupidity, the non-arguments offered, the lack of any evidence. I don't know, something. I don't know, but I just don't like it, you know? So premise 1 is I don't know. Premise 2 is I don't like it. The conclusion I'm not sure about yet, but it probably is going to be that I don't know and I don't like it. Because but see, it's not yet an argument. We're going to have to work on this. We're all going to have to workshop this argument a little bit better to make it an actual argument. That way he doesn't just attack a straw man. I don't want him to attack a straw man that doesn't actually exist. I want him to attack an actual argument that someone's actually made. So I'll make that argument for you. So then you can attack it. I'll do it right now. In my favorite program of all time, say it with me, MS Paint. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. MS Paint. Yes, the brilliant MS Paint. Okay. All right, MS Paint. Do your MS Paint things. All right, so P1, I don't know. And P2, I don't like this. All right. Now, I don't know what the conclusion is yet, but that's okay. Just like Theus, we'll work backwards from our conclusion. Oh, wait. I know what their conclusion is. God doesn't exist. Blarg. Emotion. Okay, so. Alright, so let's say if P1, let's do a hypothetical syllogism. I think that's the way to go. If I don't know and I don't like it, then God does not exist. Blarg. Okay. We're running out of room here. God damn MS Paint. Why do you gotta be this way? Yeah, move. Okay. All right, here we go. All right. Okay, so P2, I don't know and also don't like it. Then conclusion, God does not exist. Blarg. Oh, we forgot Blarg up here. We gotta put Blarg there. It's very important. Because that's the emotional bit. The emotional bit is Blarg equals emotion. Because that's all we have. It is emotion. Whatever, fuck it. For not God of. We just hate God and want to sin. That's it. Yeah. Anyway, so Blarg equals all that. All that. Anyways. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that there's fallacies here because you have A, then B, and then so this is affirming the consequence. So we're going to have to switch this around. Let's see. If God does not exist, wait, I think I can fix it. Okay, let's go ahead and opeg this out here then. If God does not exist, Blarg, then I don't know and I don't like it. All right, now we're talking. P2, I don't know and don't like it, Blarg. No, God doesn't exist is the Blarg. Conclusion, God does not exist, Blarg. Okay, so yeah, there you go. There's your argument. There, I've made it for you. Now you can attack that argument. You're welcome. All right, now doing your work for you.
It shows even more the flaw in the worldview of just saying, well, I don't know. I can't prove it, but I don't know, and I don't like it, and I don't like hell, and I don't like God, and so whatever.
I don't like hell. Kind of indifferent about God. Don't really. Your God? Oh, the Judeo-Christian God? Yeah, I hate that God. Okay, you got me there. Yeah, I definitely hate that God.
Let's just be honest with those arguments and debates with those people.
Mm-hmm.
In love, we should call that stupidity out immediately the moment it comes out of an atheist.
You're stupid. Well, you gotta call me stupid. You're stupid. Your face is stupid. Your whole setup's stupid. Your face is stupid.
His mouth. I was talking to got a water over here. I got a water. No, I got a water. I had a debate with a Buddhist the other day about knowledge, and I
Does this have anything to do with atheism or skepticism? You know, I heard about this Buddhist after he debated you. He went to the hot dog vendor and he said, "Make me all with." I fucked it up. I fucked up the joke. Sorry. I failed. I failed all of you. Let's try again. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. The Buddhist went to the hot dog vendor and said, "Make me one with everything." Ba-dum-bum. Ah!
and I think I don't know if I've coined this. This is what I call the ultimate no argument, which no atheist will ever want to admit is the flaw in their entire argument. But I've sort of coined this term, I think, myself. I've never heard it from anybody else, so it's a presuppositional type of argument, which I think destroys.
Oh, no, not precept. Anything but precept. I don't know about precept, but I don't like it.
Atheism, especially, it's called the ultimate no objection to atheism, and basically it goes like this: if someone says, "I don't know," you ask them, "Do you know that?"
Yes. Yes, I don't know. Whatever, I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't know. But yes is the answer to that question. Because if I did know, then I would say the answer. But if I don't know, then I'm going to say I don't know. Because I don't know. If I knew, then I'd say what the thing was. But if I don't know what the thing is, then there's no way for me to not say what the thing is without saying I don't know. I mean, I guess there's other ways to phrase it. I'm not sure. I'll have to do research on the matter. That's not within my wheel of expertise. That's outside my pay grade. My expertise is on informal logic, so that's the only thing I can really talk about. Let's see. I'll consult with somebody about it. We'll do research on the matter. We'll call you when we figure it out. How about we don't know? But yeah, I do know that I don't know when I don't know something. So I did answer the question.
They usually say no, they don't know. And
They do? Really? So they usually, this implies that this happens often. So I'm wondering though how you keep track of this. So when you've had conversations with different atheists over time, have you kept track of those conversations like in a data spreadsheet or something like an Excel document or whatever, where it's like conversation one, you know, way back when, whatever you had that conversation, like we talked about this and that, and you have all these notes, and it's like, oh, also they said, when they said I don't know, I said, do you know that? And then they said I don't know. And so I put a little check mark there because that, to notate that they said that. Well, maybe at the time I didn't know, but after years of compiling all this data from various atheists that I've talked to, I went back and I'm like, hey, look, like a high percentage of the time that I've talked to them, they've said this thing. And then if you do have such a documentation, could you share it with us? Or is it that you're just using your memory, which could be flawed, or maybe you're just making shit up? I don't know. Also, I don't like this.
and then you ask them again, well, do you know that you don't know? And they have to
Yes,
say, well, no again. I don't know if
but I already said that I do know. So I'm not sure who you're talking to because I already said yes the first time. I guess you're talking to somebody that's not really there. Oh, you're a theist, so that's what you do anyways. Pwned.
I don't know. And I'll say, well, do you know that you don't know that you don't know?
No. Yes? Maybe. Purple. What if I said purple? Would that be an acceptable answer? Instead of saying I don't know, I'm going to say purple. No, I don't like that. Nah, that's stupid. Lobster. I'm going to say lobster. Yes, lobster is the answer. From now on out, if I don't know, instead of saying I don't know, I'm going to say lobster. Do I lobster? Yes, lobster. Lobster, 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 lobster. Lobster, 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 lobster. I love you, lobster. You're a good lobster. Yes, you are. Oh, sorry.
So again, this turns back to an ultimate knowledge claim that they're making. Although they say they don't make a knowledge claim, they are making a knowledge claim.
Okay.
Inevitably at some step of their argument.
What?
So just let's stop respecting the arguments for atheism because they're not good. They're
What argument for atheism are you talking about, though? They're not good. What one? What are you referring to? Like respecting? I mean, I neither respect nor not respect any given theistic argument. I don't have feelings towards arguments. Either they're valid and sound or they're not. I don't place any emotion on the argument itself. Sometimes I'll act emotional for comedic effect, like I did earlier in this video, but as you can see, I'm taking this very seriously right now.
they're really bland. It's just a bunch of I don't know and emotional ad homs.
Your face is an ad hominem. I don't know that you're interacting with actual atheists. It sounds to me like you're interacting with strawman atheists that you've made up. But I'm right here. You could interact with me. Here I am. Hi. Hi. You seen my video where I'm wearing a lobster on my head? We could interact for real, or I could just make fun of you. Your choice. Whichever's clever. It's all the same to me. I mean, I started the video making fun of you, but now I'm being serious. Oh, wait, sorry. But now I'm being serious. So, we could talk, but you'll use the excuse that I was making fun of you as a reason to not talk to me. Because you need an excuse to avoid the conversation. Because you don't want it revealed that you have no argument for your side. That's why you'll continually talk about us rather than to us. I'm going to leave that there.
It's what pulled me out of atheism. Ad hominem truly is the gap. Ad hominem is where you fill the gap where there is an argumentation for an argument.
I don't know what argument you're talking about. And I don't like it.
I say, let's talk about the actual evidence for atheism, which is nothing.
I just covered this. But okay, here we go again. I guess you don't know what the word atheism is. Let's check it out, shall we? Let's see if what you're saying makes any coherent sense at all, even a little. Share the screen, atheism, Google, not now. Let's see. Disbelief or lack of belief in the existence of God or gods. That's from Oxford Languages. Okay, that's one version. Let's see. What in Wikipedia, atheism in the broadest sense is absent of belief in the existence of deities. Less broadly, atheism is rejection of the belief that any deities exist. And an even can't say words. In an even narrower sense, atheism is specifically the position that there are no deities. Let's see. American atheists, atheism one thing, lack of belief in gods. Britannica, atheism as rejection of religious basis, the central common core of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, the affirmation of reality of one's belief in God. Let's see. I'd have to open. Let's see. Internet Encyclopedia of Philosophy. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. All right, so here, this is atheism in general is the critique and denial of metaphysical beliefs in God or spiritual beings. As such, it's usually distinguished from theism, which affirms the reality of the divine and often seeks to demonstrate its existence. Atheism is also distinguished from agnosticism, blah, 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 blah. And it goes on from there, but this isn't really, to say that atheism is the denial of God or the gods that's opposite of theism, system belief that affirms the reality of God, is inadequate in a number of ways. First, not all theologians regard themselves as defender of the Christian faith, or Judaism or Islam regard themselves as defender of theism, blah, 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 etc., etc., etc. Okay, so that's what atheism is according to that website, Internet Encyclopedia of Philosophy. The term atheist describes a person who does not believe in God or a divine being exists. So it seems to me that the word atheist, time and again, refers to the position of not believing in God, broadly speaking, which makes your statement incoherent. The only proof that I have that I could hope to offer that I don't believe in something, at least for now, is my statement that I don't believe in that thing. Now, I suppose if you want to fund the experiment, we could get some heart monitors, some brain monitors. We could look at the EKGs and the brain waves, and we could have me tell a lie and see if that reacts. Now, of course, lie detectors you can fool, so they're not completely reliable. But we could set up something where it would detect whether or not I'm being honest, and then I could say I don't believe in God, and then the thing would beep if I'm lying, if it's calibrated correctly. And so then it doesn't beep, so then that shows that yes, indeed, I have proven that I have that non-belief. So there you go. The proof of atheism is the fact that I don't believe in God. There you go. Now, maybe you want atheists to be there is no God. You want that statement to be atheism. It's not, but maybe that's what you want it to be. And so you're saying, well, there's no proof that there is no God. I'm not sure how we would show you that there's no God if indeed there is no God to show you. That's kind of hard to do. So, in order to falsify something, I need to know what it is that I'm being asked to falsify. And the concept of God is different from one person to the next. So I would need to know your version of God in order to falsify your version of God. Because the other versions of God you don't care about, I would assume. So who cares if those gods don't exist? What you're concerned about is a particular version of a particular God, which I might be able to falsify. But I would ask you what thing doesn't count for evidence for the existence of your God. And if you say, well, nothing, everything counts for God, then there's no way to falsify God, which then means that then God has no place at all, period. Because only by being able to falsify something could we do anything to prove or disprove it. So if it turns out that everything is proof of God, then nothing's proof of God. And if it turns out that there's no proof of God at all, then that's what we should go with. That there's no proof of God. So the argument for atheism is essentially that you have not fulfilled your burden to demonstrate that there's a God. There you go. And I just realized I turned off that video. There we go.
There's literally no arguments for atheism, and we just can't skip over that. And yet, we'll call them anti-theists. Anti-theists' best arguments were, I don't know, but I don't like him, and yada yada yada. The Bible's stupid. Yeah, fairy tale, sky daddy, sky wizard.
That don't sound like that. But I could.
Yeah, Bible. Sky Wizard, Daddy, Sky Daddy.
There you go. I'm your construct straw man atheist today. I'm helping you. I'm helping this guy out. Helping him because he doesn't actually have a real human to respond to. So I'm giving him that human. He should be thanking me. He should be down on his knees worshiping me. Worship me. Submit to me. I am the best of all time. And oh shit, I'm dropping everything. Oh my god. Uh-oh, I dropped the mic. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh, what did I do? I stand up for? Oh, I felt it. Oh my god. Oh, oh my word. Oh, my goodness. Oh, oh. We'll be right back. All right. That was a bit much, don't you think? Yeah, you know, but you know, I'm proving a point. What point are you proving? I don't remember anymore. It seemed like a good idea at the time. All right, where were we? Okay, put that back in there. Let's see. All right, put that back in there. All right. Yes. All right. Okay. And we're back. Hey, come on. There we go. Huh? Come on. Come on. Get in there. All right, come on. Yeah. Okay. All right. Perfect. What was I saying? I don't know, and I don't like it.
And so that's their only arguments that they have. And saying they don't like it, rather than the evidence leads there.
But I don't like it. And so the evidence that I don't like it leads me to conclude that I don't like it. And since I don't like it, it can't possibly be true. Because things that I don't like don't exist by necessity. And I can know that for sure because an all-powerful lobster told me that that's the case. Now, I know you've never heard of it before, but there's a being called Lod. L-O-D. Lod. Lobster original deity. Now, you thought I was a skeptic. No. I'm a lobsterist. So, I would like to debate presuppositional lobsterism versus presuppositional whatever you've got. I think it's Christianity. I don't know. Whatever. It's a fake god. Our God, however, is real. Because, you see, it says in the lobsterist that it's real. Can't beat that argument, stupid. All you have are ad hominems. You don't have any proof of your God anyways. You haven't offered us any proof of God at all during this video, though, so I'm still waiting for that.
I've never heard an argument that's not been refuted yet from Christianity to atheism or anti-theism, whatever you want to call it. Sorry, I'm really excited to make this podcast.
You've not heard an argument that has been refuted yet for Christianity or atheism? Wait, what?
Rather than the evidence leads there. I've never heard an argument that's not been refuted yet from Christianity to atheism or anti-theism, whatever you want to call it.
I've not heard an argument yet from Christianity to anti-theism that has not been refuted yet. Does that mean you have heard an argument? So which is it? The arguments are bad or you haven't heard them? You can't have it both ways. Is it that you meant to say that you haven't heard a good argument? Okay, that might be the case. So, oh man. Camera's all, there we go. Okay, that's better. Well, I don't know what your version of Christianity is, and so depending on that will change my argument against your particular deity. I can't really make an argument against your deity without knowing what your deity is, which is something that you must provide because I have no idea. But that right there is already an argument against God, generally speaking. The fact that I don't know what God is, whether I like it or not, is a problem that theists cannot resolve. Every theist has a different version of God that they're proposing that exists outside of just pure belief. And if they do that, then they have the burden to show us that that God exists, but also to show the other theists that their gods don't exist and that they're right. So one person's God should ideally win out, but we still have all these religions competing, so that has not happened because theology isn't based upon demonstrating, it's based upon other things like emotion, but not just emotion. There's culture, there's tradition, there's a lot of things that religion has tied together of human beings that we enjoy or get um, something out of. And so all of those elements are contained within various religions. And the reason that people believe in religions is highly complex, but it is something that we can come to understand through psychology and study of religion. But what we are waiting for, and what I have been waiting for, has been God to demonstrate itself, and it has yet to do that. So, because of that, I don't believe it is a thing. Maybe it's a thing that exists that cannot or will not demonstrate itself. Okay, that could be, but I don't know. I only know what I've been told about God. Now, for the Judeo Christian God, there is a particular verse, and I suppose it depends upon your interpretation of this verse of what it means. Uh, let's see. All right, so let's go here. Let me pull it up here. Oh, okay. So, John 14, 13 to 17. Now, maybe you're going to be picky about the translation. This is just the first one that popped up. It's good enough for me. And whatever you ask in my name, that I will do. That I will do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If you ask anything in my name, I will do it. And then that's one full sentence. So the rest doesn't matter. So I have something that I interpret to mean if I ask anything at all in the name. Now I'm assuming it means the name of Jesus here. That it will be done. That is to say, it will be done in the way that I expect it to be done. Now, maybe you have a different version and understanding of this particular passage that will ignore my negation of God that I'm about to offer. Okay, so here we go. It's the test. All right. I'm asking in the name of Jesus that the Father may be glorified in the Son, that this lobster will levitate off of my hand into the air, so that we can know that Jesus exists. Please. Uh, Maybe I said that wrong. I'm not really sure how I should say this. Am I supposed to say God first? Hey, God, how's it going? Am I asking in your name, God, Yahweh, the name of your son, Jehovah, Christ, Jesus, Christi, uh, what were they gonna name him the first time around? Elijah, I know that name's in the Bible. Um, do I have to ask this in Latin or something, or Hebrew? I don't know how to speak those languages. So if you can hear me, God, I'm asking the best way I know how that you would levitate this lobster off of my hand. Right now, actually, would be good. Please. No? Okay, well, thanks anyways. Deconverted Man signing off, God. I'll talk to you later, I guess. Or actually, I'm always talking to you if you're always hearing me. So, there you go. What's your name here? Theta Ministries and Podcast. I have now disproven one version of God because that particular passage in the Bible said that if I do this action, then a result will happen. I did the action, the result did not happen. That falsifies that version of God. But that version of God is dependent upon my understanding of that particular passage as it was translated by whoever the bleep translated it in that way. My understanding could be wrong. Their translation could be wrong. Both could be wrong. But if they're right, then my demonstration just now negates that version of God. There is at least one argument against God that is valid and sound if I'm right about that translation and what it means. If I'm wrong, well, then that's now your burden to demonstrate that I'm wrong.
Sorry, I'm really excited to make this podcast. I just thought about this just now. We should really stop respecting the arguments from atheism because they're never actually arguments. They're emotional ad hocs and they are question beggars, such as
I don't know that anything I said there was emotional or ad hoc. I think everything was logical and reasonable and rational, given that it's coming from your book. If you ask it in the name, it will be given. I asked, nothing happened.
especially the moral argument. When we ask them to define, for example, what is good, they just say, "Well, it's good because it's good."
No, that would be a theist response. It's good if God says it's good. Whatever God says, whatever its orders are good. Whatever God tells you to do is the most moral thing that you could hope to do. That's a you problem, not a me problem. You don't even know what my ethical system is, so don't pretend to know what I'm thinking. Ask me instead. It's very frustrating when you assume that you know what I'm thinking and feeling. And doing that might be the reason why people are responding negatively to you. Man, I'm being serious. I was going to be funny this whole video. Ah, well.
That's begging the question of what good actually means. You can't read if that's a circular argument. Just saying, it's the same thing that T Jump said to Jay Dyer in a debate a little bit ago. And
Okay, so you want a definition of good from me or in general? I mean, I can give you my idea of good, I suppose. I'm not sure what that adds to the conversation, but very well. Good is whatever produces the maximum well being of all creatures possible. Well being is measured by benefits to length of life that includes health that is biological and mental in nature. So anything that increases health, well being, mental ability would be good. So if we invented a pill that prolonged life and did so in a non-invasive, non-painful way, that would be good. If we get rid of some sickness, that is good. Because we are negating, we're getting rid of things that negate or hamper longevity. And so I see that anything that benefits human and other creatures' animal well-being would be good. I don't think that that's circular, and it's not as well ironed out as I could maybe make it. But there you go. But that's just one view of one particular word, which says nothing about morals. My morals are based upon my ethics. You didn't ask me my ethical system. I'm assuming that your ethical system is DCT, Divine Command Theory, which has multiple problems in it. Chief among them is obedience to God. If God says to do something, that thing becomes the most moral thing that you could do. You can never say no to God. I reject that authoritarian based system in full as being a good system because you can't actually deduce what is actually good because it is by fiat that something becomes good. So day one, don't kill. Day two, kill that person. Well, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to follow what you said. This is very well outlined in Abraham and Isaac's story. Abraham's told by God, kill your son Isaac. Abraham goes to do it. Then God's like, nah, never mind. I see that you're faithful. Here's a lamb you can kill instead. But the point of the story is obedience to God. I view that as immoral. The moral thing would have been if Abraham said, no, God, killing is wrong. I'm not going to do it. You can do whatever you want to me. Maybe you could even kill my son, but I'm not going to do it because I know that killing is wrong. In fact, you even said that killing was wrong. So I'm not going to do that. That would be a more moral story in my view under my ethical system. But under your ethical system, whatever God says to do, that's the most moral thing to do, whatever that is. And then the other problem is, well, how do you determine what God wants you to do then? If you think that God wants you to do something, you do it. Period. End of story. And there have been more than one report of mothers drowning their kids because they thought God told them to do that. That's pretty scary. People have said that God told them to do something like that, and they really believe that God told them to. Now, we don't know if God told them to, but if God actually did tell them to, then doing that thing is the most moral thing that they could do. I find problems with that. That's the difference in our ethical systems, though. But instead of just asserting that the argument is fallacious without even examining it, in fact, you're not examining any argument here, you're just saying that it's fallacious without demonstrating it. Instead of doing that, I don't know, you could actually attack a real argument. But you're not doing that. You're just going at straw men.
And T Jump the atheist goes, well, Jadar says, well, how do you know reality is true? And T Jump goes, reality is reality. And I wanted to rip my eyes out from how stupid of an argument that was. And so I'm thinking,
How do you know reality is true? If it's not true, then it's not reality. Because reality means what is real. It is a tautology. I'm afraid that when it comes to defining certain words, we do go to tautologies. The word reality means whatever is actually real. There's no more to it than that. How do you know it's real? So is it a question of epistemology? I guess through the same way we know anything else is real, through our sensory inputs and the fact that other people can confirm our sensory inputs seem to be working well enough. But since you're a pre-supper, you're going to probably say something like, well, God gives me the knowledge that reality is really real, or something like that. Oh, so boring. I don't know, but I don't like it.
we should really emphasize the clarity of our arguments and the vagueness of their arguments and why their arguments are usually circular in nature. Hence the utilizing laws of logic, which are not justified in using them to begin with.
Ah, there's that precept I've been waiting for. I don't know, but I don't like it. And why is my camera still blurry? Stop being blurry. It's annoying. Okay. The laws of logic are not some sort of metaphysical thing that you need justification to use. There you go. Solved your problem for you. I know. You're stuck in a loop. You're stuck in a loop of precept where you think that the laws of logic can only be justified if God is real. And so you've tied the existence of God into logic. And if God doesn't exist, then logic doesn't exist. But logic does exist, so God exists, and you've tied those two together, and there's no way out of your broken record. Precept is boring. It has been demolished multiple times by multiple logicians far better than I. I don't have the patience for it myself to debunk it adequately. But I can expose that it's you that have the circular problem, not anybody else. You assume that there is a God, and that you assume that that God enables logic to function. Then you assume that those two things are connected together. Then you simply sit back and go, you're not justified in using logic. And if you use logic, then you prove God. Therefore, I win. Ha 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 ha. But, of course, as we all know, logic is justified because of lobsters. If lobsters exist, then logic is justified. Lobsters do exist. Therefore, logic is justified. If you understand why that argument is broken, you would understand why precept is broken. But you don't understand informal logic. And I know that because you're a preceptor. Preceptors reject informal logic. They pretend to know about it, but they don't actually know about it. Or maybe they do, but they don't care. I'm not sure. But those are just ad hominems. The fact that you don't care or don't know about it is irrelevant to your argument. You don't have an argument, given that your argument is fully circular, and all you can do is project that fault onto others. But, look, you're trying. So, credit there at least.
Morality, objective morality, reality even existing to begin with, the mind to comprehend reality. Again, this is something atheism can't justify within itself.
Atheism isn't about justifying anything at all. You don't seem to understand what the word atheism is. We went over this already.
Or agnosticism. It can't.
But I don't care about agnostics, and I don't know.
And so I want to just make this quick little message because atheism is just completely bland. It's not an argument for anything.
Precept is completely bland. It's not an argument for anything.
It won't. The arguments are just ad hom emotionalisms.
Your arguments are just ad hom emotionalisms.
I don't like God. Okay.
I don't like precept. Yeah. I mean, I can assert things as well. These are bald assertions that you are making. You're not making an actual argumentation against anything. You are strawmanning. You are desperate. You don't have an argument. Try harder.
Monkey brain. Since you believe that you came from monkeys.
Oh, you're one of those as well, huh? I can't help you there. I don't have the scientific understanding to teach you biological evolution. I'm sorry that you deny it. I'm sorry that you're a pseudoscientist. I'm sorry that you're not educated enough to understand those things. That is probably the fault, to some degree, of your evangelistic religion, and might be why you've chosen precept, because it is a brain-off operation. You don't need to think deeply to be a presuppositionalist. You just need to repeat the same script over and over again, like Seitan Burgergate did once upon a time. But the argument isn't an argument. It's not even close to an argument. You don't have an argument. Nothing you've said here remotely resembles empirical evidence, a repeatable test, or a valid and sound argument. And unless and until you provide us with one of those, we have no reason to agree with your conclusions. Debate me if you dare, but you won't, because you're a preceptor. You will find any and all excuses to never talk to me live that are in the book to toss. you're not taking it seriously. You made fun of me, blah, blah, blah. You will come up with every excuse that you can to not talk to me or debate me. I know that already. All right. That's all I've got. I'm not finishing this. It's boring and dull, and I don't know, and I don't like it. So there you go. That's good enough. Thanks, Blaster Master. You gave me content that I'm happy with. Sort of. Also, my camera keeps being blurry. Buy me a new webcam, somebody. That if somebody out there wants to buy me a webcam, and we'll figure out how to do that, or send me enough money for a new I want a new webcam. That's all. Until next time. That lobsters exist, and so